let's do an update video. We haven't done one of those in a while. Been a lot going on, obviously. We got back from our Colorado trip where we delivered the beef in coolers to various places. We got back at like 2 a.m. last Tuesday, and since then there has been a whole bunch going on. Just when you leave, it takes a long time to get caught back up, it seems. So figured we'll just do an update video. I meant to do one this morning, but it didn't happen, so we're gonna do it now. If you notice, that door is no longer on the ground over here. So Ty got this all built back, and I helped him get it rehung, and we had to make a few modifications to make it slide because the framing was done a little bit different than the other one was, and so we ended up having to adjust some things, and we did a little bit of trimming on that metal piece, which is just a little support piece anyways. But yeah, we now have a sliding door there again. Got this door patched back up. Also, he got the other door most of the way patched up. I need to go put some more screws in it. We ran out of screws. But it's not falling apart anymore. And also, he finished, there again, I need some more screws. But he finished this up today. This is that barn that had the tires on it. So rather than cutting that bad piece of tin off, what we ended up doing was we found another piece of tin that was the right width, but it was the wrong color. So he ended up shoving the good piece of tin up under here, and then we were able to get it to lay flat and whatnot, and got it bolted back down. It's kind of got some bumps in it, but it's all laying flat, and that's the main thing. There again, need a few more screws to get that. You can see that edge piece is kind of curling up still a little bit. The bigger issue there is there's a few rotten boards that we're gonna try to go in and scab a piece in here and there, and that'll help give us something secure. We're also going to take a chunk out of this pole here. We're gonna cut it, take a chunk out, splice a chunk in, pick this little section of the barn up, probably like a foot maybe it looks like, because you can tell it kind of dips right there, so that has sunk. We're gonna do that, but in the meantime everything is kind of buttoned back up, so if we do get a bunch of rain, it's not flopping in the breeze and blowing around anymore. And we got the doors back on, which is nice because this is a pretty nice barn. I like to park the feed truck in here. We put pallets of feed in here. We put tubs, like when I order a bunch of tubs, we'll put tubs in here. We have cleaned this barn out several times, and it seems to be like it's due again. Yeah, got the gate. This gate was sagging pretty good. We got it rehung this morning, and then he came over here and tightened up these hinges. So that's all nice and neat again, because this was sagging down. Yeah, so just getting this barn buttoned back up. This one was the one that was been here the longest, well, second longest. The old barn obviously has been here the longest, which we've done updates on that. It's been, patched back together this summer. This was the next one that I wanted to get done before winter. So it is winter worthy. Now it is time to start picking up all the stuff that's scattered around it that we've had pulled out and drug out and all that good stuff. So that barn is buttoned back up for winter storms and whatnot. And that should be, once we get the rest of the screws in there, if we don't get that raised this winter, it's not the big deal. That's probably been sagged like that for 15 years or more. Who knows? It's not gotten any worse since we've been here in the year and a half that we've been here. So I don't think it's getting any worse. So no big deal if we don't. So it is November. That means the end of the month, first of next month, it's time to start breeding the cows. So got on the books to get these bulls over here semen tested. So we'll be having the vet come out and we'll semen test them, make sure they're good to go. If they're not, thankfully I know a guy that's got too many bulls, and he told me if I needed any I could lease some. So if one of those tests bad or something like that, I'll lease a bull or two. We're also supposed to be talking to the ABS guy about AI in these heifers. Kind of running out of time, but he was supposed to come out first of this week. It's only Monday, so if I don't hear from him tomorrow, I'll give him another holler and see what we're doing with those heifers. We'd really like to get them AI'd into the month for sure. There again, just depends on timing and everything like that. We got to get them set up and whatnot. So yeah, we're kind of running out of time, but that's what happens. Bulls will get moved out, like I said, as long as they test good, they'll just get moved out. That's easy, no big deal. We've got 2 groups of fall bred cows over on lease ground, and so we'll put we'll have to look at our records and figure out, you know, make sure that we don't have daddy breeding any daughters or anything like that, which I'm pretty sure that all of those ones I could probably put. I know for sure I have 1 bull for sure that, or well, I have 4 bulls that I could go in there. We just gotta figure out which one of these bulls that we're gonna put in the younger cows, where all the kids' cows are and everything like that. So bulls are easy, you just kick them out. No big deal. But that is coming up. Along with that, we're wrapping up calving season. You know, we've got the last few to calve and whatnot. Branding will be happening the 1st of next month into this month, depending on weather and when we can get help lined up. So we've got that to start planning for. I went and hauled the last 2 loads of hay today, so should have enough hay to get through winter. Sometimes if we have a bad winter, it'll hit February and I have to go buy some more, but I think I've got enough to get us through. Should be no problem. Got a lot of grass still. Trying to think of what else. Oh, we did get the water. We had the water turned back on at that one lease place, because we got the water line fixed and everything like that, and got the fence kind of put back up in all the spots that got washed out by the flood and all that good stuff. And yesterday was Sunday. Saturday, the cows had found a spot and gotten out and gotten into the creek, and they tripped on the spot that we spliced in the water line and ripped it back apart. So got to get back down there and fix that better, and need to bury that, obviously. But I wanted to leave it up for a while, which I'm glad I did, because now I don't have to go undig it. So that, but definitely need to get that buttoned up before winter. It doesn't usually start getting real cold here until usually February is our nasty month. January can sometimes be nasty, but usually February is when it starts getting nasty. Now it can get cold before that. We've had it, you know, get real freezing in December before, but it usually is just a few days and then it'll get warmer again. So you know, every year's a little different. But anyways, I think that's all the major updates. Like I said, it's just getting time for the winter months and winter feeding and breeding season and all that kind of stuff. Getting everything buttoned up, ready for winter. We've got Chloe's bottle calves here that she's got weaned that are growing good. I do have a pair in here. This is the cow that we actually that prolapsed. Her and her baby are in here. She's putting on weight, and she's raising the calf. Calf looks good. She looks terrible, obviously, because she prolapsed, but that's her calf over there with the blue tag. So she's raising a good calf, so she'll stay in here. Obviously, since she's in with Chloe's calf, she's getting grain and everything like that. So she is putting weight on, and once we wean that calf off of her, she'll go to town, because we don't need that around here. Tiny pigs over there squealing. It's short time, so everybody's waiting for their dinner. But that's kind of your update there. Stick around. We'll keep doing those how-to videos on what we're doing. If you're enjoying those, if you're not, tell us. Even if you are enjoying them, tell us too. Let us know. Thanks for sticking around.